Hello, welcome. I want to quickly give you update on our doctor app. I think time has gone. We have really made a lot of work on this app. I want to just quickly give you an update. It's not going to be the demo for all the functionalities of the app, but basically I'm just going to show you the user onboarding journey. If a patient comes to the app, what happens, and quickly show you what is the system so far capable of doing. So far right now, when you come to the UI, you have all these services you can see, the special symptoms. All these ones are actually coming from the database. Okay, they are all controlled by the admin. So down here, you see that, for instance, under telehealth, we don't have anything here. And you might be wondering why. And this is because, for instance, this day there is no any doctors, and also because we have few doctors, and to show the functionalities of that, if someone is the doctor is not available for that day, we will not show him. But we demo for only one this doctor who is available for today, and you can see that this gives you real time Friday, May 31st, and even the times that this doctor is around. Okay, so a person is going to go on the UI, and then they will go, maybe they find the doctor they want, and these doctors, of course, they sign up, they have their onboarding process, which is big. Those ones who are following the app, by the way, it is free on YouTube. So those ones who are when a doctor has completely finished the onboarding process, they have created an account, and they have access to their dashboard, they will start appearing onto this side. Of course, I will see the dashboard for the doctors in a minute, but for now, assuming the patient has reached here, you can just go ahead and pick any time here, and or you can click on more. Okay, so when he clicks on more, this is going to open the doctor detail page where he can actually read more about the doctor. So there are more things you can do, like reading about the details. We are still just haven't handled like rendering the data here, but they can look at more details, for instance, the names, where it's located, and so on and so forth. The most important part here in this page is the availability. You want to make a nice booking with the doctor. Okay, so as you reach here, you can see that by default it is going to make a booking for today. You can see 31st, it is selected, and it is very well written here, Friday, May 31st. So he can decide to make a booking for today, because the doctor will be available on these times, and then he can just maybe go in front. Okay, go ahead and click on front, and you can see Saturday, June 1st. Okay, so if you just go and try to book, okay, first of all, if you try to come back and book, it's just going to prompt you to actually log in, because right now you don't have an account. Of course, you can quickly just go ahead, and either we can log in with already an account, or we can simply just create an account very fast. Okay, just going to go ahead and create an account. Just click on the sign up or this register. Okay, yeah, just like on the sign up. So you can just go ahead and sign up. I'm just going to use a fake filler. Okay, Ruby Evans, this is it. And the password, we can add password just to remember it. Then this email, I'm just going to copy this email, click on sign up. I'm just going to go ahead and go to mail later, so that I add this here. Okay, so you can access this. I don't know if they have already sent they have already sent, where is it? Here, the verification. I'm just going to go ahead and first take off this. I don't know if they, okay, so they sent the verification to this. Okay, you can just go ahead and get this code here, Control C, and just do this. submit to verify. So okay, so you can now go ahead and we can log in. Okay, the email was this. We can just go here, qd something. So this qd and then password was password. So just log in. Okay. We have been logged in successfully. So you see, after logging in, it can take you to the dashboard, and this is you can see the dashboard for this for the patients. This is not a big thing I want to show you because we are still working on the dashboard for patients. Want to go back now to creating. Want to go back. I think we should just be routing them to back to this one instead of the dashboard. Okay, so I just go back now to the booking part. So if right now we are signed in, now we go back to make a booking. So if you now click here, you have to first select the type. You can see the error. Let's select a 12 p.m. and the date, let me say this Saturday, June 1st. So click book. So it takes you to this where you can fill in more details about yourself. Let's go ahead and use a fake filler, and you could just like fill in this information. Really, that is not a big deal. The reason for the visit, I'm just going to say I'm having sleepless nights. I am having sleepless nights, like so. And I'm just going to go ahead and you can upload the document. So in this case, we could just upload like two documents, really. This, let's see. We need something very small like this one. Okay. This one has the size of. Okay, maybe with this one, two documents. Upload. So we can upload, and this is part of the patient onboarding. There is a different onboarding for the doctors, which is really massive. I think in the future when the app is done, I will demo for you that. So right now, we can now complete the appointment. So saving appointment created a, and then throughout him to the dashboard one more time. And here you can see his appointments. For now, we have not worked for the part for these the patients. I want to log out and I log in as a doctor. Okay. I want to log out and log in as a doctor. So quickly, I'm just going to say is this doctor who is on the UI. Just close out this or refresh. This will just go off. Okay, so that one doctor we have on the UI is the one I'm just going to actually log in. Okay, okay, so now you can see this the same doctor, Dr. Asuman JB. You can, if you go, if you remember, the local host 3000. This is the same doctor. You remember him here. Okay, you can see this is the same doctor. So when you just come here now, the most actually nice part I want to show you is the appointments. Okay. So on the appointments, you can see now there are three appointments, and you can see there is one we have just made right now. You can see this 12 p.m. is the booking time, but it is just made 1 minute ago. Okay, so this is so nice. And I have two more here which were made some time back, like 1 hour ago. This is 1 minute ago. So what I just like about this is actually the layout. That's the most nice thing I wanted to show you. Of course, we have three appointments, even three appointments. You can create a new appointment, but I want to show you this. If you click onto this, like it goes to the detailed page. And if you saw that, that is so cool. So we have the details for all these patient. You can see here, Queen, blah, blah, all these ones. and you can just click on this, and I like the UI. Look at this. First of all, we used the math layout. We have the layout for this, and then we have the layout that is controlling the list page behind the detailed page. You cannot even notice that we are going to the detailed page. I like the layout. It is so cool and so nice. Okay, so guys, this is actually hello everyone. Welcome back to this episode. So in today's episode, we're just going to continue with making the appointment for the doctor. As you can see here right now, we have one doctor. Okay, we have a doctor, and you can see the date is correctly. So I'm just going to click on this more, and we're just going to continue with or continuing with the appointment, creating the appointment. Okay, so you can see today the selected date right now, if you don't change, is going to be Friday, May 31st. I really like the UI and everything. It is so cool. Okay, so you see the time that are available right now. If you choose to go for Saturday, June 1st, you can see this is Saturday, June 1st. If you choose any other day, you can see when the time is changing. Okay. Okay, so we went ahead and we started this, and then you can see you can go to tell us more about yourself. He sees the doctor is booking, and this is the form. Okay, and then you can just go ahead and add in these details. So what you want to see in today's video is getting all this pack and put them together, and then we create an appointment. Okay, so it's what we're going to focus on in this video, to create an appointment so that the doctor can say it. And it is going to be somehow incomplete, because at the end of the day, there is one I think the tough part of this whole entire system is to generate a meeting link, which is going to be really, really serious. I have no if I would even pull it off, but we're just going to do it, two of us, and to be going to be fun how we are going to pull it off. But in today's video, let's just go ahead and see if we can get all these details a person is going to put in, and then we able to actually go ahead and add them into here. Okay, so yeah, let's just go and see if we can just do this. Okay, so if we had find where this is located inside the doctor's Slack. So if we just go to if we just go to we could just go to, for instance, I don't know, we can just go to front doctors here. So this is where everything is being done. You go to this doctor's detail, we are passing in the doctor, and then within this one is where we are getting all these nice things. Okay, there is this component. So on top here we have this. Can't we go to this component? It is components doctors details. So we could just go to components doctor details. I think it is this one. So you can see onto this, we have this function, and then we can just go ahead and have all these details, and we had to put them here. Okay, I guess we also created, did we create, yeah, appointment props. Okay, so we have all this information. Let's just aim at consorting this information after filling it in. We have this here. Okay, let me just see if we can just be able to actually, I'm just going to go to this and I see if I can just use a first name. Just use a fake field for this. Next. Okay. Location, this. I don't know why description is not being seen. I am having tough times to sleep. Okay, the documents, for now, we just can leave them. Let me just go to the console. Just going to go and say complete. Okay, so far we have some primary information here. Appointment reason, email, first name, gender, last name, location, occupation, and phone. So we just need to see and confirm if these are the appointment. Here we have appointment props. Okay, so of course we have these patient details, which are the ones we have gotten here. Appointment reason. I'm just going to copy them here and I make sure that everything we want about the patient done. So just going to go and paste them here. So whichever we find, we check it off. Okay. So we have appointment reason. So that one, you can remove it. Okay. We have the email. We have the first name. We have the first name. Let me see. Yep. We have the gender. We have the last name. We have the location. We have the occupation. We have the phone. Okay, so we still need the medical documents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We also need date of birth. I don't know why date of birth is not inclusive. Let me see. So previous, we have date of birth. Apparently, we need to add it. I don't know if it is being monitored from state. I think, yeah, like date of birth. So let me just see if I can add it here, like data, date DOB is equal to DOB. So here we have date and the file is type string. So here it is of type date, is of type date. I think we can just say as a string. Okay. Conversion type, it does not. Okay, so you could just go ahead and just say that this DOB is of, date or undefined. Okay, we could just say it is not required. Okay, so we could just have something like this. So definitely now we should just have this included in the data. Just going to go here, and this time I'm also going to go ahead and again complete. And let's see if date of birth is inclusive. Okay, so you can see date of birth is right now there. Okay, great. Uh, so we have all this information. So we need to see that onto this we add the doctor information that we need, and appointment apparently also the appointment information. So if you just look on the appointment, these are the things we need to add. The appointment date, appointment year, month, doctor ID charge, and appointment time. Okay, so let me just also copy these ones so that we can just have them uh, clearly here, and see where we are going to get all this information. Okay, so appointment date, we can easily get it. We have it in state. Okay, it is, I think, the date. We have the date here. So this is the date on the calendar, and this, we are using this date to get the day, long date, and other things. Okay, like even times. Okay, so just going to get the date. Okay, we'll just definitely just add the date. So I can just come here and I say that uh just wait a second. So I'm just going to add this here. I'm just going to start adding some things. Appointment date. So that the appointment date is going to equal to date. Okay, so I think this is also just having this. So we can also just take this and okay. So you could just go ahead and first of all, this will be there. I think we can just change on this appointment date to this. Okay, okay. So you can just add the date. Moving on, this is now done. Appointment here, so that should be okay. Oh, easy to get. Do we really need to save the appointment here? Yes, I think for filtering purposes, but so much hesitant about that. Uh, I'm not going to add the appointment here. I'm just going to add the appointment date. Appointment month, nope. Uh, uh, the only thing I'm just going to save is this long date. I think there was somewhere we have the long date. Okay, I think I'll just need to save the long date where we added date. We have the date, and then I'm just going to have I'm just going to say formatted date. I'm just going to go here just for purposes of display. Instead of the year, I'm just going to say appointment, a formatted date. This is going to help us to, when we are displaying on the other side, we don't need to do any much manipulation. So appointment formatted date, the word formatted. Okay, so just going to say appointment for, and this is going to be a string. So appointment, a formatted date is going to equal to long date, like this. Okay. Okay, so after saving the long date, we need to save the time. Okay, so we have also the selected time. Okay, so if I just go here, I'm just going to say a data dot appointment time is going to equal to selected time. Now, if I check in the types, there is one more thing, which is the month. I'm just going to remove this. Okay, so we need the doctor ID, the charge. Okay, so this is the data about the doctor ID from the doctor. So I can just say a doctor ID, a data dot doctor ID is going to be equal to doctor. I think here we have access to the doctor dot ID. Okay, and then we just need to add data dot, I think we have the charge. Okay, the doctor's charge. Just going to also add that data dot doctor dot charge is going to equal to doctor dot doctor profile dot hourly something dot hourly rate, and we're also going to give it a default of 0, I guess. What is this? Is saying type number instead of the, okay. So this one just going to change it to a number. Okay. Just going to give it a number like so. Non-defined. Okay, let's just give it the default of 0. Okay, great. I think we have added all the necessary information to the appointment. You should just now go ahead, and we could also add one more thing, which is going to be doctor profile ID, just for purposes of also fetching data easily. So you have the doctor ID, and we could also add doctor, a doctor profile ID. Okay, so I'm just also going to add it here. Down here, doctor dot profile. Okay, and then dot ID. So we don't have the doctor profile ID here on what we added. Okay, I'm just going to add here ID, and then I'm just going to cross check on what we did. in the actions, I'm not sure if it is users, get doctors. So on the things we selected onto this, we didn't add actually the ID. So just go ahead and just say ID also true. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if we created the return for this. Um, Doctor profile detail. So you have to check on this doctor profile detail. Where can we find that? There is this doctor detail. It has doctor profile. So doctor profile here. We just need to add the ID, which is a string. Okay, so now we should be able, or we should be good. We still have one which says doctor.profile is possibly null. So we could fix this by either making this, and this is doctor profile ID. We could just either make doctor profile ID to have, okay, or we could just say by default we give it an empty string. They're saying doctor.profile is possibly null. But this here it accepted. So we could maybe just say and make it not required or something. So I'm just going to make a this just say that this is not required. Oh, how do we make it not required here? Just like sometimes you forget. Okay, so we still have this weird, possibly not looked at dot profile dot ID. How comes they're saying it is there is a high possibility of this first is a doctor profile is a I said this is a doctor profile. I thought we added ID or string. This is doctor profile. There is this one doctor profile detail extends this. So everything is string or null. Just remove this we just added. Okay. Okay, great. For this, I'm not sure what to add this. Or we could just say this will be there or something like that. Okay. So I just want to go ahead and console.log data, and I see the amount of data we have right now. So I'm just going to clear this and the okay, and try to submit one more time. So we have appointment date. We have the appointment formatted date, which is nice. We have appointment reason, appointment time. We didn't select it. Charge, DOB, doctor ID, and doctor profile ID is not there. Okay. Then we have email, first name, last name, and all others. Okay, previously, I'm just going to go to previous. I want to look at this time here. We didn't select a guest time. Okay, so this time let me just go and try to do the booking. Okay, and remove all this and complete. So this time the appointment time is actually there very well. Okay, the appointment date and the booking time is there correctly. This is nice. Now for the doctor profile ID, I'm not sure why it is not okay. I'm not really sure why it is having difficulties to access the ID. I don't know if we just need to refresh to fetch, because it might have cached the data for now. Okay, so now using this data that we have here, just going to confirm the fields. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I just have to make sure that in the types, the exact 15. So just scroll down here to appointment props to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16. So we have 16, probably one is missing. And what is that exactly? There is one that is missing. What would be that? Okay, just say start like first name, last name, gender, phone, email, DB, location, appoint. How about location? So location is there. The easy way is copy, and then just go ahead and be like removing one by one. Because if you just miss out appointment date, that one we are good. The formatted date, doctor ID. So let's just go and remove the doctor ID here. A doctor profile ID. So doctor profile ID, it is null, but we have it. Let's go and see. There is charge. So charge. Okay, so charge. Where is the charge? Charge. I'm seeing it there. Did I remove it? I must have removed it. Just accident. Okay, it is here. Okay. Appointment time. And just going to go ahead and first name, last name. So this is the first name. and then this is the last name. Okay, gender phone. So you could just say go and remove the phone, and then gender, email DOB. So this email and DOB, location, appointment reason, and so it is the medical documents. Okay. So it is the medical documents. So you could just go here and we add the medical documents. So data.medical documents is going to be medical docs. Okay. A data dot medical documents is going to be equal to medical docs, like so. Okay, so this is great. We're just going to go ahead and now get all these fields and we make sure they are in these very fields are in our appointment model. So I'm just going to copy exactly the way they are. Go to Prisma. So just go to Prisma and let's just look for the appointment. I'm not sure if we had created it. Availability, doctor profile, and let's just go ahead and just duplicate one of these ones, not this gigantic. I'm just going to duplicate a small one like this one. Okay, so I'm just going to name this appointment like this. Okay, so the first things I'm just going to remove, I'll just paste these two down there. So we have appointment date, which is a date. So we just say the okay, here we don't have this. Just simply put date, time, and this since is not also required, like you can add, sorry, you can add this here. The appointment formatted, this is a string. So here just a string. Doctor ID, it is a string. So I'm just going to first get the strings and just say okay. Then just going to say space string, just like that. Okay, and you might just need to put like a question mark. Okay, then we have DOB, which is also date, time, and we have a medical docs, which is a string array. So just a string array. So we have this, and then we have charge, which is going to be int. Okay. This is good. So the what we're just going to have is um, We could just also have the subject. I'm not so sure, but we're just going to have. Okay, we just figured the titles and other things. There's one more thing that we just need to include in the types here. I think we just put it later on when we're just adding it, but there will be a meeting link. Okay, there will be a meeting link generated for the appointment, but otherwise, this is the information that we got from the user. Okay, this is great. Okay. So, but before that, I'm just going to go ahead and go to the dashboard quickly and just cross check with one thing. I just want to cross check if I think, did we make the appointments UI? Yeah. So you can see like according to this, um, um, according to this, if you just look at how this appointment looks like, on the brief here on top, you can see there is the name of the person, the time. So this two is okay. Now would be asking like what is this? Now we could just come up with a name to give this. This one is a meeting, like a new meeting, or which is okay. But then how about this examination? Like uh maybe we're just going to add meetup. Okay. Let's just like leave it like that. Okay. So it's now time after we have done this. We just have to go ahead and push this. So let me just go and stop the server. So I'm just going to Control C. I'm just going to npx a Prisma db push. Okay. npx Prisma db push and npm run dev, just like this. Okay, so as that one is being done, we're just going to quickly create an action. So just going to go here, we have symptoms and so many others. So we just go ahead and create a just copy one of these ones and Control C, Control V, rename these to appointments, appointments. Okay, so create appointment, create appointment, create appointment. It's going to take in data of appointment props. Okay. Then we don't have existing. Yes, also don't have this. Just simply go ahead and create a new appointment. So a new appointment is going to be our Prisma, and this is going to be appointment dot create, and you pass in the data. So we're going to revalidate. This one is definitely revalidating the doctor appointments here. We have to revalidate this path just like this. You can just also go ahead and console.log the new appointment so that we can look at it. Okay, the return statement here is return new appointment 201 created error null. Okay, that's okay. Update. There is A doctor can update an appointment. Okay, but you know, just going to create it anyways. So update appointment by AD. Okay, I'll update appointment and takes in ID and the data of appointment. Oops. Just going to do this existing thing. Prisma dot appointment dot update, and that's it. And you're just going to revalidate the same data. Here you just like leave it updated service. You just go and rename this to updated appointment. Okay, so we're going to create many, and I just remove this gate services. So just going to gate appointments. That's definitely required. So this is going to be appointments. This is going to be appointment, and that's it. Get service. So you can just also get appointment by ID. So this one is going to be get appointment by ID. Okay. So just going to go here, and it will need an ID. If ID, this will be appointment. Appointment like this ID, and this one is going to be appointment 2. Okay, delete appointment, which will be now delete appointment. Okay, just find here appointment. Revalidate appointments. So you can revalidate appointments. Okay, and then that's it. There is get update now. So here you just run it in this. Okay, so the appointments is done. Now we can use this create appointment to create an appointment. Okay, so just go this side on the doctor. So after getting all this information, we're just going to go ahead and submit it. So I'm just going to go here, and now as we said in the previous video, we have to decide if these the users the patients will be having a sign in also to look at their own stuff. Okay, so if you look into our Prisma and you look at the enum, so if you just look at the enum, you can see we have this normal user. Okay, so that's normal user is going to be the patient, and for that there will be a request, or this person will be required to first go ahead and sign up. Okay, like on to upon just proceeding, I don't think we should just allow the user to go to this page minus being before creating an account. Okay, it is good that the user must first create an account, And then after creating an account, then they can just go ahead and make a booking and the appointment. Now this can help us to show them their appointments when they log into the system, of which the sign up should be straightforward because the doctors are signing up from a different place. Admin, they are signing up from a different place. So I think the sign up process for the normal people should be relatively easy. And that means the only thing we just need to do is protect this page against an authenticated user. Okay, so when a person comes here, let's just first go back to that. Just going to have one more page here. So a person can actually see a person can actually see a doctor, sorry. So how are we going to make it logically that he can possibly access this page, but then when he tries to create this to go to step 2, he has to be he has to be having it should be authenticated. How are we going to do that? We just need to make sure that they are appointed. They are authenticated. So basically, we can also check. I think on the first click, we can first check if the user is authenticated, and if not, we can first send them to the sign up page. They have to sign up. I don't know if this is typically required for them. Yeah, they just make it that way. They have to sign up. Okay, so on the first place, they just come here and they check everything. When they try to click on this, we should just initiate the sign up. Okay, we should initiate the sign up. How are we going to do that? So we could, first of all, we have to log out. We are having we have to log out here first. Let me log out. Otherwise, we'll have a problems trying to get authenticated user. So right now we need to come onto this page. Okay, so this is the page of the doctor detail. Yeah. So if you check onto this, um, so that means that if we could just of course get a user directly from here. So we could just say const, and we could just say get. I think we normally get data as session. Okay, from this is from use session, I think. From use session. Okay, you don't need to pass in anything or anything of that kind. So and then you can just say const user. So if you say const user is, so you could just even just say patient. Okay, like just going to say patient in this case. Patient is equal to session dot user. Okay, so this will just get help us get this. Now on the click of the first step, I guess we have the orange button. Where is it? This one. So right now, currently it has this. Okay. So just going to, instead of just doing this, I'm just going to put a function. Okay, initiate booking. So I'm just going to call this initiate a appointment, maybe. Okay, initiate. It is the spelling of initiate. So I'm just going to go ahead and create this function, initiate booking or something on top here. So function initiate appointment, just like this. And let me just paste in this. Oh, there is a error. Yes, we just need to say like this. Okay, so copy this. Let's make sure it is the same function that is on the orange here. Okay, so we want to check also some other things. So at this point, we want to check if user.id. So just say, so before we do this, okay, so just say if user dot, okay, we just name it patient. So if the patient dot id, okay, if the patient dot id, then if this is true, then just go ahead and do this. Else, else, we're just going to create a router. I think which we already have. Router dot a push. So just going to push router dot push a to log in. Okay, so just going to have a this scenario here. If there is a this, we're just going to go ahead and route to the step one and others like so. If there is nothing, then we should just be able to route. Okay, so let me refresh. I don't know what is going to happen. I have no idea. So just click. It is taking some time, and they have redirected this. And that time you see that waited, it was actually checking. So we could just also, I think, gate this. And this process of doing this needs some sort of, it takes some bit of time checking this, like getting this, but I think that's like something small. Where do we put the loading state? You just leave it that way. So right now we have this activating the login. As you can see here, it has to first require this person to log in or else to actually sign up. Okay, so let's just go ahead sign up and then we come back because we need to sign up. So we get a user. After getting a user, and then we'll have to uh, log in. After logging in, then we are able to actually make stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and sign up. And that means that in this we need to keep the patient ID, and the way we had the patient information, we're just going to have the patient ID, because after making the appointments, we need to fetch also the appointments to, to the to the that. And I think we can also create a sort of create no, let's just create it that way that we'll have a patient ID and just that we have the doctor ID and the patient ID, like to if wanted to get all the details of this, patient and so on and so forth. Okay, so let me just go ahead and the create an account. So this is actually creating the account. So I'm just going to go here and just say first name. So first name, whatever, I'm just going to use a fake field here. Okay. And then we have this email. So I have to keep this email because we'll use it for logging in. And by the way, if you go to the marinator, this email we just created is there. You can just go here and search this email, and then you can receive emails on this. So I'm just going to keep it here just to help us, just paste it here so that we just help us to remember the email we used to sign up. Okay, moving back, we should be logged out. Really, we logged out. I think I don't know. I think this page right now is maybe not protected or something, but we actually logged out. Okay, yeah, great. We logged out, so we are signing up right now. And the password, I'm just going to name it as password. Okay, sign up. So this one should just create us an account and then should help us to sign up or sign in. Let's just wait. Okay. He has to verify the email. Okay, great. And so the account is here. We have the code, I believe. I'm just going to copy the code. Go back to this, paste this, submit to verify. Okay, so now we can log in. We just go bring this. Oh shit! I don't don't have it, but I think it is this at Marinator. If I'm to remember very well, to this. Okay, the two is just simply copy this and add at Marinator, I guess. So login, this one password was a password, and just going to see login successful. Okay, you can see here, actually we had handled this, I didn't know. You can see here we actually have only my appointments. So the role is user and this is patient dashboard and we have my appointments. Okay, great. That's what we want. So now if it comes back to making an appointment, I'm just going to refresh. So you can see that we have a person here, either they bought something. We have a this. I'm just going to go ahead and now click on book an appointment. By the way, how was these initials generated? I thought it about to be like this. Just let's first see these initials in the header just for a second. Uh, just a second. Okay, sorry for that. So let's just I was just disturbed by this. Why is this showing CN always? I would say, I think, like they get the initials of the names. I don't know where to start from. I think this is in the maybe the front end. Uh, there is front end nav, but I have no idea. We could search like something like CN. Sorry. Can I search something like CN? There is nowhere. Which nav bar is this? Company what? The one we use it. We could just a second. We could just go to the layout. I remember it was site header. Yes. We just go to the site header and it has the session and it has the user actually. This CN is supposed to be the name. We just left the CN. Okay, so do we have any function that generates a initials from a name? Okay, because if you just look at the name, let me just first look at our utilities, gate, slug, gate D, gate this. Okay, yes, gate one that generates, because you see we have the name. So we have the one to generate the initials from a name just very fast. It is something small. Um just generate. So just going to say here, create a TypeScript function that generates initials from a name, e.g., for instance, HB, for instance, it will be HB from this. Okay. Just going to split and then join, blah blah. Some a simple function which you should just copy like so and go here. We should just create, sorry, just go here and create, generate initials dot ts and export this, generate get initials from a name, just split it, and then just even like mapping and getting the first one that is that is the okay. I'm just going to go back to this the site header somewhere. Ooh, just go back like this. So here where we have this and the let's make sure these are capital letters. I'm just going to go here from the user. So since we have a user here, you could just go ahead and just say const initials is equal to a gate initials. Sorry, is equal to gate initials, and it takes in user dot name. Okay, great. And then I can just come here and I put the initials. Okay, just like this. So hoping that everything right now is okay. I'm seeing like we have a lot of errors in this. What is the errors all about? Okay, so now we have HB. Great, it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. Okay, great. So now we should just now book. If we click on booking right now, it goes here because we have this. Okay, great. So now we need to also add on the data we are saving. We need to add there we have to add there the patient ID that we can use to get all the information about the patient in the future or the account, because actually in the account we have no much details we have, but at least we can just like have this general information added to the this one added to connected to the appointment via that. So I'm just going to go back. I don't know why here we have this. I just say by default is going to be a this, and here they're saying what because here it is string null or undefined. So on this function get initials, we can just change and give this. Okay, and if you do that, we definitely have a problem. Okay, and we could just say if name. Okay, so we just say here if name, then you put everything inside, and then you could just say errors, who just return a default of actually cn, just cn, just like this. So everyone will be happy. Okay, so getting issues, this works. I think at this point, even if we remove this, yeah. Okay, so where are we? Are we on this? Let's just go ahead and add patient ID only. So from this user, this is not the place. From the doctor details, since we have the patient, we can just add the patient ID. Okay, so I'm just going to go to data. Okay, so here I'm just going to go to data.patient ID. Let's first go types. I'm just going to add in one small thing, which is going to be patient ID. Patient ID, just like this, is a string, and maybe just going to say not required. Okay, just say come and add it here, and just say data dot patient. Sorry, data dot patient. Patient ID is equal to patient dot ID. Okay. And if we wanted a, okay, so where we are using here, if we wanted, we could just come and just say default values. Okay. And you could prefill some of the information. For instance, you could just do something like this, email, and you just say it is patient dot email, and then comma, and I think you could just say like this, and then I just say here not password, but phone, I think is going to be patient dot. Okay, we didn't just actually add the phone on this on the user. Okay, just go on and put the email. Other things, you can just go ahead and fill them in as required. Okay, great. So if we just go here, we already have our logged in user. And just like go here, choose the time and this. And also we can also check if he's trying to go when he has not checked the time. I think it is worth putting this here, some alert maybe. We could do that now that we have this button also. So we could uh, put another check inside. Okay, for instance, if if set, I think we just selected time, or we could just say if no selected time, then uh, if no selected time, we could just alert. Uh, please select time. Please select a time. Maybe just toast actually. Toast dot error. Please select time. Okay, and then it should just like return. We don't need to move on, I guess. Okay, just refresh one more time. Okay, so we have used context something. What is that? Okay, so just go here. I just want to look also to the console at the data with console this time. Okay, so if we just try to if you try to do this, please select time and you see it is not doing anything even when you have this. Okay, let's just go ahead and select some time 9. Now we can proceed okay to this. Okay, unfortunately the email address, I don't know what we gave this. The email address is not being picked actually. You don't know why. If you look at the form, okay, form. Maybe the name is email. I don't know. Okay. Just not mind about that. You just continue add all this information. Okay, like this, and maybe next. Just add this here. A reason I am having I'm having constant headache. Okay, so that's it. A constant headache. Okay, so this time we can also upload a medical document. Okay, just go to downloads. We just need a small PDF. Okay, so this is a good enough. Let's upload it. Okay, so great. We have that. So if I try to submit now, we see the amount of data we have. So we have all this now. Appointment, date, reason, charge, time, date of birth, doctor ID. Okay, doctor profile refused. I probably just should remove it. We have the doctor ID, which can help us get the doctor profile. First, gender, this, and now medical documents, we have the array. Now, what I don't know is the array is okay of strings. Okay, we probably need to break this to map through this because here we have this having all this. We actually need to only have the URL. We don't want to keep also the size and the name of the doc of the PDF. We simply just need this. Okay. Okay, I can do that very fast. Okay, so where we have an array uh, on this form somewhere. So here where we have doctor documents data dot medical docs. I'm just going to get these medical docs and quickly map through them. So dot map, I will have access to the whole entire item, and then I just simply want to return item dot URL. So this like this. So they're saying type this has no this. I wish you could just have these medical docs. They're having any. But I remember there is a type that exists on it. If you go to, if you just go to medical docs, to this, there was a type of file. This is the one we are using, type of file. Now I don't know why, if for some reason we're not use or we didn't use this, but I just tried save file. Where are we getting the file? Okay, I just first have this array. Okay, we still have an error. I don't know, this file is supposed to come from maybe I file or something. Can we just go to multiple? I'm just going to name this to I file, maybe interface. Um, okay, file props, maybe so it's file props. Sorry, file props. Just use this wherever it is required. Where are we using it here? Okay, so here we shouldn't have any problem. So this time the size, let's say this. Yeah, and we have no problem. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. Okay, so here we just have doctor dot docs. Okay, so this should just return now on the doctor docs. We should just now have an array of URLs instead. Okay, I'm just going to remove all this and try to submit one more time. Okay, so this now has a medical docs as a URL of just URLs only. Great. So the doctor profile ID, I'm just going to remove it, and patient ID, do we have? Yeah, so we have the patient ID as well as the doctor ID, which is actually great. To know the transaction between those two. I'm just going to go also I'm just also going to quickly go to, first of all, let's go to, just going to start with the types. One thing that is, why are we having this error here? Okay, import type. We're importing the type here, file props. We're not even using anywhere like this, are we? We're not using anything. We're not using it anywhere. Okay. I'm just going to go down here. We have the patient ID. I'm just going to remove the doctor profile ID, this one. So I will have to go back. Here it is complaining. I'm just going to simply remove it. It brought us troubles for nothing. I will just definitely also go and modify in the Prisma schema, just like this. So appointment, which is just like this in between somewhere, availability, user, and appointment. So on the appointment, we need, what do we need? In the appointment, we need, on the appointment, we need, we might just add one more thing, which will be Boolean. Okay. Mhm. Okay, for now, let's first remove this, which is the doctor profile ID. We're just going to replace it with the patient ID. Patient ID. Okay, great. So from here, I'm just going to go ahead and first of all rerun this. Okay. Great. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and did we create? Yeah, we created. I think we just only waiting to do the logic here in the patient details. So doctor. So after everything here, just going to have a try catch. So a try catch it. Okay, so just going to await. So we might just actually just need to see this appointment, like we show the details to this person or something. Just going to say maybe response. I can just get the response const. A response is going to be wait, create appointment, and let's pass in the data. If there is any errors, just going to go ahead and say console.log a error. And of course, this response is having the data. So to actually console.log, or you could just say const appointment is equal to res dot data, like this. And you can just go ahead and just say console.log appointment. Okay, so we can also just have a loading state. I don't know if we already have any loading state so far. I don't know, this one is loading what? Are we using? We're not even using it anyway, so we're just going to use that. So just going to go here and so I say set loading to true. True. Here you set loading to false. False. And if you just, why don't I drop this down? And then we just go to, and now this is going to be on the last on the compression, I guess. Here on the submit, I'm just going to do this, and you're going to say that if loading is true, then I'm just going to have one loading button and the sorry. So just have something like this. So in the meantime, I'm just going to copy the loading button. I'm not going to think so much here. I'm just going to go to uh, um, shad. I'm just going to go to shad. Sometimes I just my mind snaps and I'm like, yeah, hey, where am I supposed to go? I think just because like I'm a little bit tired already. Okay. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe to the course. We are doing amazing things, guys. It is really great at the concepts that we are doing that side. Dude, it is so nice. So if you can just grab a seat in the course and we really build amazing things together. So I'm just going to go back here. If loading, so if loading, we need to put this. Okay, just import this. And so just going to say a saving or something. Just going to say saving for now. Saving. Please wait. Okay, so this is what is going to happen as all these are happening. Okay, so now we just need to refresh and we make sure everything is okay. And we see if this is going to make some magic. Okay, so we need to make an appointment. Need to make an appointment and and to those ones the app we finish the app. There is no way we can just create the app and we don't finish. We're going to finish the app eventually, and you can see it is getting into shape. When the doctors can sign up, everyone can sign up, they can make appointments. Basically, you see that the app is winding. So don't really get scared. So if you try to do this, we have a check of time and plus the authentication. So let me just check at 8 in the morning and try to book, fill in some information. It doesn't matter, the person is supposed to fill in the right information. Just go next and let's go ahead and add the reason, a constant, maybe a constant headache. Okay, and you can of course just write a very nice description. I'm just going to go ahead and add this. I think it was this one with a very small size. So upload this. And someone was asking me that I didn't handle the multi image upload. We are having here multiple image document. This component we created it some time so back. It works really well. So right now it's a point of truth and getting errors and seeing them right on our faces. Let's just do it. So complete. Saving, please wait, and things are happening behind the scenes. Let's just wait and see. Okay. Oh, we might actually have not. Did we set saving to false? We might have not done that. Sorry. So after all this done here, we're supposed to have set a loading to false. Okay, back to false. Okay, my bad. But I think we could just like go to the console. Did we put anything on the console? Yep. So guys, congratulations. The appointment was made, and you can see that we have all these details with the appointment plus the email, the medical documents, and so on and so forth. Okay, that's great. So we need just use this very appointment. Okay, so what I wanted to do, I think one more thing we could just do is, can I delete this? I'm just going to refresh. I want to also, I think we can just um route this person to the dashboard. After they have successfully made this, we can route them to that dashboard. What they can see, we have to toast. So here, I don't think we need all this information. Here like this, we might just not need this. Like this, because we are going to append that side of the appointments. So we're just going to have set loading, and then after here we're just going to toast. Just going to say toast. We're just going to toast that. We are going to toast the success. I'm just going to say booking appointment created successfully. Appointment created successfully. Okay. So after showing this, we going to route. So just going to say router dot push, and just going to push to the dashboard. So how are we pushing the dashboard? We have to first understand if you just went to the dashboard, just like this, it is pushed to the dashboard, push to the dashboard. Okay, so let's just go ahead and create one more appointment. I'm just going to go back here in the appointment. I'm just going to create now one late in the evening at 6. Continue, and I'm just going to go ahead, fake field, go next. Here is having a paining tooth. Okay, medical documents. Let's choose the files. I'm just going to add this. Okay. Okay, just complete. Okay, saving appointment created, and we have been routed to the dashboard. Okay, so that's great. So we have the two appointments that we need to fetch. I don't know here on the user appointments if we don't even have this page. We shall create that page, but we are going to first go to the doctor. Okay, I'm just going to first log out from this. I'm just going to save this, I guess. Where can I save this? Somewhere like in here. I just need to log out this person. So just need to log in the doctor and we say we fetch the actual appointments. So let's just go ahead and just say here, I'm not sure the name of the doctor, which I need to go to the site. See, it is Asuman or something, but his email was JB, and then here, I think this. Okay, so this is the doctor, and let's just start with the appointments. Okay, so we need to get the appointments and then also the patients. Okay, so the appointments, we already have this nice component. If I go to, let's go to note here in the back, a dashboard. Doctor, we have doctor and doctors. What is that? I think it's doctor. Appointments. Okay, so we have a doctor, then we have appointments, then we have page. Okay. So if you just look at this list panel, and so here there is nothing much. There is home display card, new. There is a list panel. So I think this list panel launch is having the appointments. So getting appointments here is easy. Const appointments is equal to wait, get appointments. Okay, just await to get appointments, just like this. Just make this async. Okay, so after getting this, and we pass them into this, so let's just go ahead, get the appointments, and then let's say here, of course, for this, and by the way, this is dot data, so make sure you do that to get the actual appointments. And let's go here to the panel. I think this is the panel that is having the things. Let's first go to the panel. So the panel is currently the one that is having the scroll area, and the scroll area is having this. Okay, great. So I'm just going to go to I'm just now confused with the page. Okay, it is here. So appointments. So I'm just going to say here appointments is equal to appointments, and then just a list panel. I think we're using list panel many places. Okay, just go ahead and just go in, and we have to accept here appointments. Just simply copy this from here. these are of just going to go get appointment from Prisma client. Okay. So you're just going to map that. You're just going to go ahead and map the appointments. So just say here, map appointments like so, and here you're going to access a single appointment, which I can name an item. Okay. I don't know why we did this. Why did we do that? If I just like remove this, okay. Let's first put key is going to be equal to item dot. Why is this having not having it is having any, and they already gave the appointment here, the appointments. Okay, can still annotate this to appointment. Oh, okay. So I understand. Remove this. I just put here an array just like this. Okay, and now we'll have things okay now. Dot, and it's going to be ID. Okay. So we have this first name and last name. So I'm just going to come here and we do this item dot first name, and then you can put space and you say item dot last name. At the time, this one is clearly there. It is item dot appointment time. For now, uh, we could just for this just going to say new. Okay, and for this I don't know what to put here for now. Okay, but if we just go back, let's see. Okay, so we have this. We enter baker and we have the time, and I'm just going to write here on the time, and I make it maybe somehow bold. So to the time, appointment time, just give it a class, a font bold. Okay, and then I think we can just have other details we can have here. We have this. Okay, then as for I think for the code, what can we put? Maybe this here where we have briefcase. We could also calculate the hours from the time it was created. Okay, I'm just going to have the past time. So if for instance we have the time it was created, okay, and I'm just going to go back to GPT. So create for me a TypeScript function. If we could just look at created at how it looks like. Just a second. So if we just here and we just came here and we said um item dot created, because we have created at, would want to tell the doctor like and you can see this is a react a date. Okay, so I'm just going to definitely do this. So let me just first go back to ChatGPT here. I'm just going to create a function. So create a TypeScript function function that takes in the created at date, okay, and returns the 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 past time, okay. For example, uh, for example, the output, for example, the output should be maybe 10 seconds, 10 seconds ago. Okay. If the time passed is below 60 seconds, below 60 seconds, then you're just gonna say show in minutes if the past time is below 60 minutes, 60 minutes, and show hours if the the past if the past time is below 24 hours, and continue in that order, and continue in that order. So hoping it has understood the question I'm trying to mean. Let's just see what it's going to do. Okay, this does it for days, month, and even years. Okay, great. So for us, hours is to take in the time. Just copy this function here, time ago, and just going to have it in libs. Where is libs? So here in utils, we're just going to have a time ago dot ts export time ago, just like this. Okay, so first we pass in the time, the rest is going to work on them. Okay, so just go to the list panel. So here we're just going to show the past time. So I'm just going to say this time ago. Okay, and then pass in item dot created at. Yeah, so the return will be there, and what we want is to change this icon also. So just going to quickly go to Lucid. Okay, I want to go to Lucid, and what do I want from Lucid? I have something to do this time. Okay, I'm just going to use time reset, time history. Okay, I'm just going to write this history icon. I'm just going to say history. Okay, so the why is it still showing that? I think it is okay. Let me just go to this. Yeah, so you can see now we are in minutes. So yeah, 15 minutes ago, you have this one we created. I alone is 19 minutes. This is really cool. I like it. And maybe something else we can show that you can see. Uh, I feel like also this just this border just to be a little bit maybe 200 or 300, maybe is that too much? Yeah, I think this is good enough. 300. Okay. Then this new. What else can we show from? Uh, we could show him the formatted date. How we play with this data is all about us. Okay. Okay. This here. Okay. Mm, if you just look at, we have the appointment time. Okay, location, occupation. Um, we could just also just show the formatted date. Okay, let's just show formatted date here instead of new. So I'm just going to go ahead and just also show this item dot formatted appointment formatted date. Let's see how this one turns out. Yeah, so this, as you can see, Friday. So you're just going to use the booking icon. So if you just go to Lucid, there is calendar icon or this calendar check. So just going to say calendar check. That is the this calendar check. Okay. Okay. So make sure that it is controlled. So give it a width and height. Okay. And the margin right of also 2. So just give it a mark 2 to make sure everything is okay. Okay. So we have the appointment a card a paying right now coming in a really nicely. Okay. This is really great, and for this we can also just a bit say font, maybe same board here for the date. Yeah, okay. And I think the same thing for the time we boarded it, which I don't think is necessarily good. Font board here. Just see try font same board. Okay, for others like the yeah, I think that is like okay. Let's leave it like this. So we have 2 appointments, and we can also check here. Instead of 11, we need 2. So that one I think is behind. Okay. We don't no longer need the tags. We can remove this briefcase. Okay, the separator. I'm not sure if we still need this. Now we just go back to the page and we can also give whatever we need this where are we putting 11? They count here. Okay, so they count. I'm just going to say is going to be appointments dot sorry appointments dot length. Okay, just like this, and we just say by default is 0 if it doesn't have anything. Okay, and this one is saying the number is not assignable to string. Really. Okay, just add a plus there. I guess you just convert it. Okay, so I can just say whatever comes out of this, we just say number of this. What have I done? Mm, and the count, where were we getting the count? If you just look in the page header, let's just first see count, and I said it is count is a string actually. Sorry, so here we just need to convert this to string. Okay. Mm, dot length. So we just simply need to make this one just a number. Count, we just say this is a number and this problem can be solved like that. Okay. The icon, everything is okay. What is new button? Home display card, this one. Also, I think it has somewhere it says appointments. I think we can just pass there the account also. Okay. We could just pass the account home display card. So here type home display rocks, and I'm just going to say we have count, which is a number for now. And here we just say home display card props. Just use this count here you have and then this count. Okay, so go back here and let's pass in the count, which is actually appointments dot length. Okay, just like so. And here you can see we already have 2, and then here we so going to have 2. Okay, and here we can just have we can do pad start to this. I think page header. It doesn't stop us from giving a first of all converting this to string. Okay, just like this. Okay, and then you can just say do now to pad start is I think it's pad start. It's just like pad start, and then you say it takes into so you can just say like 0 and then like 2. Is that the order? It's supposed to take in the maximum length and then the string. So just 2 and then pad start with 0. So it means that we need two numbers. Okay, and if they don't reach two numbers, it will give a 0 on the front. So here it is going to be 0, 2. Okay, we expect it to be 0, 2. Please come on. Okay, so you can see it is now 0, 2. Okay, so that is good. Now we could just go to the views appointment, doctor appointment views. We can definitely do that because we actually have the actual appointment. Here I'm saying cannot read properties of undefined. Okay, that is like going to the views. First of all, let's just go and pass in the actual. Make sure that when you just go to the list panel, we are passing in the actual link key and then this here. Okay, so you're just going to remove this, put this and this. So it's dashboard, doctor appointments, view. I think just like view or views. Okay, view, and then let's pass in the ID, which is going to be dollar item dot ID. Okay, so here we have the appointment ID. We should just go now be able to, first of all, route properly. I'm just going to first go back a minute, refresh. Oh, we have issues with pad start. Okay. Where are we going to? Okay, views. Okay, we're done the same thing, I guess. So on this, we need to have the appointment detail looking different. Okay, right now I'm just going to go to view ID, and then we have the same thing. Okay, we're having exactly the same thing. Okay, I feel like it needed that would get the layout for that between the appointments and this page. We could just have the layout, and then this could be just in the layout. Is that possible to do? Right now, let's just first clean up this. Okay, we'll just go ahead and just put h2 of appointment a detail. Okay, so just have like appointment detail page, and wanted to do just the same exact thing, and we just simply select the, we select the one which we are on, and we could just like have a doctor appointment detail design, doctor appointment a detailed. Okay, like we could just have like how like the appointment look like. We have a lot of information. Different. I will just look through how to do that, but we had the other thing of, I think it was called alloy. This one. I just go ahead and see if this still exists. By the way, okay. Just want to see the appointment detail page. Okay, so you can see this is the design. Okay, so you see this is how detailed the page look like you have the same layout, but then you have this changing within this. Okay, I think that is cool. And how we can make it also cool is by using a layout within that. So if you think about it, is that the appointments has to have a layout. So you can just like test it out by just going and just say layout dot tsx and just going to say rfc. Come on. Okay, so I'm just going to have a like h2 saying a layout here, and definitely has to have children. So this is going to be, I can give this any name. For instance, the appointment layout, appointment. This one doesn't matter actually, the name you give it, I guess. Does it? I don't know. Hmm, I don't think so. I'm just going to give you a children, and I'm just going to say children, children, and this one is going to be React node, and then here you can just put children, a children here, and then on top, let me just go ahead and just add this like layout. Okay, so to know that this works, if you go back to this, you can see layout. Okay, and if you also go back to appointments, you should just also see the word layout. Okay, what does this mean? Meaning that if we put the some part of this part, like this whole entire thing in this page, we have to understand what is going to be this page. For instance, we can't just copy this, and where we have this, just wait a second, where we have this, I think, column, new appointment, blah, blah, this is, and this button. This button is part of what? Let me first think. Where is this button here? There is how we have to know to see this clearly. I'm just going to go. They have to be separated very clearly. So I'm just going to go and turn off this, and I want to see what will go off. Wait a second. Yeah, I want to see what will go off. Okay, so the remaining parts are totally disorganized. Okay, but clearly what is remaining is that side. Okay, that is good. Let me go ahead and put back this. So what I will do is that we need to copy everything here. I'm just going to go ahead and just copy everything exactly the way it is. Control C. Just simply take it to the layout. Okay, and then replace this like so. Now to where we had this part, so you see we have this grid. You can just first get these components. Where we have this grid and even these panels, where we have this grid here is going to be where we want the children. So I'm just going to go into this call space here, like here. Okay, just within this other remaining part, this is where we just need to put children. Okay, I have to bring the fetching here. Can I just bring the fetching from page here? Just copy this and just go back to layout, and then can I put this here? Get appointments, and then I have to make this async. I'm not sure if I'm breaking Next.js rules or not. Okay, if you just go here, we need to put calendar. So basically, it should just remain exactly on it here. I'm just going to remove everything. Okay, because we have now this. So I'm just going to remove everything and remain with only that. So I'm just going to go here and return a div. I'm just going to go ahead and return one div here. This one that is having this. Okay, let's go back and see. Okay, that looks weird. Oh, okay. So you can see now we have these appointments showing up. If I go to the detailed page, okay, you have appointments here detailed, but having the same thing. So definitely we can just use this ID to know which one is, and we give it a nice border, like the way he did here with this blue border. Okay, how can we do that? So we can use what are we going to use? Okay, let's just first go to this component. So the component that is displaying that, if I go back to the layout, go to the list panel, and then on the link. So we need to change, instead of using this, we'll give it another border. So the first thing, let's first get use path name. This is this like the use path name? Let me see. Yeah, I think yes, you can use path name. So I'm just going to say const. Okay, path name is equal to use path name. Okay, from next navigation, and then we can just use this plus with this link here. So you can just go and make a comparison. So I just go convert this. Okay, cut this, and I'm just going to put cn. Okay, this comes it comes with shard for allowing us to give some logical render css logically. So you can put these as the base classes, and then we can put here and we say if the path name is equal to this, I guess, let me see, to this, I'm not sure. If the path name is equal to this, wait. If the path name is equal to this, like so, then if this is true, so here just it will return true or false if the path name is equal to this. If this is true, in fact, we could just say and then we apply some classes, and we're just going to apply basically a border of border blue, for instance, blue 600. That's a very, I think, bold border, maybe 700. And okay, so now if you just here, we should have one of them like selected or something. Let's refresh. Okay, so we only works in the client component. Fair enough. I'm just going to go here and convert this to a client component. Okay, so use client. Okay. Okay, so we have this selected. I'm just going to give this border some, something, and I just maybe border two something, border two, to really show that this is selected. Yep. So here we have this selected. If I click onto this, now you see this is selected and it has changed. You may not notice, but it is actually changing this, and we are on detailed page. This is so cool. Okay, and so here we can just start like designing this appointment detail. Now that we have actually all these details, I'm just going to go here, bring this. Okay, so the first thing, we have the header. We're just going to have this header, which have, I think, the names, initials, blah blah, and some sort of like details that we can quickly see. Okay. um so I would love, first of all, the way we did this. I feel like this was really nice. Let me just go back. How can I go back? I just scroll down here a little bit and just go to this doctor. Why is the website looking like that? That's weird. Okay, so I would want to show something like the booking was this. I just copy exactly these styles the way they are here, and I will use them somewhere. So you can just also go to that page in the front end. If you just go before you minimize this a little bit, front end doctor here. I just need that page. Why is this like you come to a page and you find there are some errors? Why? I don't want to see that. Okay. The only thing I just need is this really nice board time. So on top here we have some long date, which is this one actually. Okay, so if I just go here on the detailed page, I'm just going to first leave that, go to doctor appointments, a view, this one. Okay, so now we're just going to start constructing this. Of course, on this, the first thing I'm just going to do is avoiding, here we just have to go ahead and get the params. And then from these params, just abstract the ID. I'm just going to give this a params, and I'm just going to say ID, and you say the, sorry, just say params. Okay, and then just get ID is of string. So now down here, I'm just going to go down and I just say const appointment. So you can just access the appointment actually here is equal to await get appointment. Okay, did I just say get appointment by ID or something? Really? I didn't know that we had that. Get appointment by ID. I have to cross check that. I don't remember us creating a function like, let me see. Let's first say get appointment and by ID. Hmm. Okay, great. Going back here, what is this? The front end thing. First, wait. We have bigger things this side to work on. So I'm just going to go here, start building this. And we start off with a flex. Okay, and we have some things this side and some things this side. On the other side, I'm just going to put in this time. and this is going to be appointment dot a. Okay, so make sure that there you actually say dot. Okay, wait. Dot. Why? Why is it saying a catch as if we are not awaiting? Something is not right. It's saying that then when it brings something like this, it is an indication that there is an unhandled promise. Okay, let's just go to this and we say await, and we are returning an appointment. Okay, to reduce on this, we could just go ahead and return an appointment. Just return appointment. The problem is that this side, you just need to console.log the error. Okay, so if we just go back this side, we don't need this, and this gives back. I think they give back a promise or something. Okay, so this one is going to be the appointment formatted date, and this side is going to start with it is going to start with the name. So I will copy the same h2 here, but then the name, this one is going to be appointment dot name. I think first name and then last name. Okay, then there is also initials. For now, this is a good start. I don't know where we are right now. So we have this Vera Duran or something, made this and that. Just going to first space this. Okay, so we gave flex. We just have to give items center and justify between. So this should just be spaced right now. Okay, just like so. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of protection by giving apx of 8 or maybe x of 4. That would be okay. And then also just changing this to text maybe to Excel, and just to even this one to make it, to exaggerate it. Okay. And then also can also give padding y here, also padding y of 4. And let's also not forget to remove this border. The border should be actually be on this. Okay, we can just like put the border on this here. Okay, so and then the spacing of the names, uh the spacing of the names here. So if we wanted, we could create a string out of this, like so. Sorry. If we wanted, we could just go ahead and create one string, just like this. Put dollar this, and then put space. Then bring out this, just like that. Dollar, just like this. Okay, just like that. So this one just puts up it's just going to put the spacing between the names. Okay, so moving on is that we can also put time. Okay, we can also put time to that. So we still have Friday, this, and then the time. Okay, so down below it, we could just indicate time. So both sides, this side here. So below it here, I'm just going to have a small flex showing the calendar. Okay, calendar, give a class name. Okay, so I will have now another item. Span. Probably this is going to be the item dot appointment dot appointment time. Uh, let's see. So this just should be below, slightly below this. Okay. Make sure that the flex items is in center. Items center. Okay. Items center like that. Come on. Okay, so it is now in the center. And for it, you could just give it text. In fact, the text is okay. Just give it font, also semi-bold. This should just like make this much better. Now, speaking of this, we could also just go ahead, make it like text blue something. I don't know if that really is required to make the text blue. Okay, no, I'm not going to make it blue. We just like look at this really. Okay, the only thing that is bold is actually the name. So this is, I'm just going to first of all change where we have this appointment formatted. Instead of font symbol, I'm just going to try medium. And then for these ones, the time, I can leave it, maybe remove this blue thing. Let's first see. Okay. Then the time, they just really make it normal. So let's remove this. And even the text, maybe XL or even text, just make it just as normal as possible. Oh, okay. So I think by default it's always having the text base. Okay, let's just leave it with that. Okay, so this side we can also put something. Okay, like something about this person. We have a 8 a.m. The time is okay. We could just put female and we put her phone number maybe. So if you just check on what this person put here the male. Okay, so the sex and maybe for like the phone number or something like that. Mm, Actually, here is supposed to have, I think, like the meeting link. Okay, we'll have the meeting link also surfacing onto that. Maybe we're just going to put it down here. So here, just put the VLAN, blah, blah. If wanted, we could also have the age. So below this, I'm just going to have a p tag. First is the sex. So I'm just going to go here and put appointment dot gender. Okay, and make sure we just put this in flex. Like that. Dot flex. Okay, dot space x, maybe of 2. Okay, so another one is gender. So and then we can just also appointment. Uh, what can we put? We have the first name. We don't have the phone number. We have the phone, I guess. We have the phone number like that. And I think that is enough. We just like leave these two down there. Okay. Yeah. So a female. Uh, can we just say class name here? I don't know if we can just say capitalize. Capitalize. Okay, female. And then the phone number is that. So you could just have like in front of that, you put just like some minus, like to say female, and then this is the phone number. Okay. I think we just like prefix instead. Like what is gender here? What would you use for gender? Sex. Okay, so I don't know if we just like say, what about a male? Okay, man. Okay, we don't have the that, but we could just have icon to represent the some small icons to represent that. I think that one would be uh much better. Alternatively, we could just have divide x. So here, let me just say divide x and then divide gray 200. Okay, so I think that is okay. It is much better than this, definitely minus. So we could just have that. Okay. So, and then for this, we could also give it a px. Then also this a px of 2, just to have this looking much better. And then we can also go ahead and we give a text to be small, just like that. Yeah. And the same thing, I think, for the time. I think we could just give it to have the a text sm. Okay, so for starters, that is the getting this information. So we just now start really putting this information really more in much detail. Okay, so you can see now it is 1 hour ago since we created this. Okay. Mm, so so if we just click on like this, you see we get a this, and this one was 8. This is really nice. Just go ahead and put also like reason for the visit down there. So the after this here, we can put more information here. Okay, start by giving a padding y of maybe 4, and let's put here the reason for the visit. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to have a flex. Okay. And then just also going to have a divide x, and then divide, okay, gray a 200 like this. And then the first, we're just going to say reason. Okay, reason for consultation here, reason. Okay, and then down here, we're just going to have something like appointment a dot appointment reason. Okay, this is enough to put a border bottom. And maybe we need to give this a this one to have also a padding y of 3. Let's look at this. Mm, okay, reason, and then first of all, let's give this a px of 4, and let's give this class name px of also of maybe 3, class name px of 3. Okay, so just going to go here, make this to have text sm but bold, font same bold. Okay. Okay, so reason is paining tooth or whatever this might be. Then we can just have more details like that, if we just look at this. Mm, so we have also medical documents that can be downloaded. Mm-hmm. Date of birth, we have date of birth. Just going to duplicate this. here. I'm just going to have here date of birth. And then yeah, appointment dot I think DOB. Let's see. Invalid date object. Okay, so we need to have something to convert to the date. If you check in the date, if you check in the date, or okay, in the utils, we have get day from date, get day name, get formatted short date, get long date. So if you just look at the time how it is, like date of birth, let's first see. So like right now we have 1983 05 23. So you could just split at t, I guess. Let's split at t. I'm just going to say this here. I'm just going to say dot split. Okay, first of all, just convert it string to string. There is date string, ISO string. I have no idea of what I'm supposed to. Just string and dot. Can you just do split now? We can split at t, and then we just need the first item. So this should just like split it and give us the first. Take only the first one. Oh, what I think when it splitted it. Okay, so this we're supposed maybe to put it in the to date string, maybe to ISO, maybe just say to ISO string. I don't know. Like I think date string something like it's from it changed it or something. Let's see if this remains the same. Yeah, it can't just remain. Yes, so this is the one 2002 0510. So this one is 1983. This is much better. Okay, then another one is we can just keep on putting more details. Okay. So we already have some other things like this. We have the email and location. Okay, so I'm just going to go here. So for these ones, I'm just going to put them, I think, together. So we have like he has email, which is should be appointment dot email. Okay, so because this I think leaves a lot of space, we could just create them in a sort of a grid starting from date of birth. So we have like email, and as we have space, we could just like, utilize that. And then down here, can just say location, and then here just going to be like dot location. Okay, a location. Go down here. You have the phone. So the phone number is already up. We can just pick something else. let's see. Okay, we have these medical documents. So we can just have the medical documents, medical docs, and then here is going to be appointment dot. So you have to map through the medical docs. Okay, you have to map through the medical docs. How are we going to do that? So we could just like put them in a flex. So here, I'm just going to put uh, in a grid. Okay, in a grid, and just say grid calls 4, and I just have the normal buttons. Just go ahead and map through this. So sorry, appointment dot medical documents dot map. So access a single item, which actually is a link. So I should just say a here return. So I'm just going to return a button from components UI button, and this one is going to be having doc and a like doc one. So I will just have access to the index. So I use this index here, doc, and I will just prefix this. The name of the doc, I'm just going to prefix it with doc, and then here we put the index plus 1, index plus 1. Okay. First of all, I'll give this a variant of maybe just say outline. Okay, and then inside, since it is a link, I'm just going to also put a link. So this is where this one is going to belong. href is going to be equal to this link, whatever the item itself. Don't forget the key here. The key to be index. So href is going to be this, and we could just also add this download key. So could just like this, and I'm just going to put as a charge now that we are having a link. Okay, I have no idea of how this one is going to look like, but hoping this is going to have a nice look. Let's just wait and see. Okay, so you can see we have a doc here. Just simply add a px around this. So since it is going to be a px around this, just going to say px of 3. Okay. Okay, so you can uh, probably just read this from the browser. I'm just going to stop this. Let's right click and do this. So this is a PDF. If it has information to read, a doctor should be able to read it. Okay, and we're just going to also actually put here target blank. Okay, just underscore blank. So that if someone clicks, it opens in the new whatever. Okay, so medical docs and also other things. We have other things like other information like what? Mm, let's just see. Appointment reason, location, date of birth, email, appointment, first name. I think most of the details we have them ready. Okay, at this point in time, we can just leave it at that. The most nice thing is that now you have this. Should I just like the PDF's reading of this PDF? I don't know what PDF it was, but at least right now it still takes some time. So we can just add some loading. We can add some loading to this. Or it's just like loading between these ones. It can do some loading. Now, you could just go and so within this page here, where we have the our layout, you could just go ahead and then put like you put loading special to this, loading the TSX, RFC, RFC, and then here just say uh, loading. Okay. Okay, just loading like this, and this one can be capital. Okay, so if we just go here, so every time we just like having to load and there is any loading effect, it will load it in between these ones. Okay, so right now this is really great. We have a put these appointments, and now we are building the absolutely appointments are already working. Okay, on the patient side, we're just going to do it in the next video. We'll pick all the patients, these very ones are here. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode.